Hello and welcome to the Philippines. This is a walk from Ayala to Mango Square area, and I'm going to discuss the latest travel information to the Philippines, a little bit about my future plans, and but first I'm going to stop in here at a chiropractic clinic and surprise these girls here.
Hi, you make me nervous, Ron.
Their new office is on the backside of Mango Square, and anyway, I'll talk a little more. Maybe I'll interview him some point in time. There's kind of a shortage of chiropractors if you need that type of treatment here in the Philippines. And anyway, he's an Australian fella. I think there's an American, there's another Australian guy. There was a Filipino chiropractor in Ayala Mall. He died in a diving accident quite a number of months ago. Came up too fast, I believe, is what I've heard. Anyway, I'm back walking from near Ayala Mall, down the street from Ayala Mall, and I'm walking back towards Mango Square area. I'm going to point out a number of places along the way, a number of topics I'm going to touch on, a little bit about retirement, a little bit about budget, a little bit about inflation, cost of living, about the new president, about possible changes in the immigration policies, visa policies, a little bit about the weather. It's changed. We're now officially in the rainy season. Anyway, I'll touch on those and a few other things, so stick with me if you can. There are a few condominiums on this street, as a matter of fact. Quest Park Lane, back towards the right, Quest Park Lane. Mandarin, somebody told me Mandarin was closed. I don't know if that's a fact or not, because the 2 years of travel shut down, basically. Got the Red Planet, which is more of a mid-priced, small room type place, very close to Ayala, back that way as well. Now, I'm going to make a prediction based upon a number of things. Basically, the cost of living around the world. I've read, when I get up in the morning, I spend about an hour reading world news, Asian news, U.S. news, American news. And it seems that the inflation rate is 10 to 20% all over the world. Gas prices, food prices. Anyway, I just came back from S&R. It's like a Costco that you have in many parts of the world. It's a membership club. Had to renew my membership, 700 pesos, about $14 for a year. And here you have the Golden Prince Hotel and Suites. I've done a video in there. In fact, I've been doing videos for many, many years and kind of focused on real estate. I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of videos about condominiums. What do they rent for? How are they furnished? What do they sell for? Cost of living videos, travel videos, resort videos. Elizabeth Hotel across the street there, very close to Ayala, just a couple blocks. Anyway, so check out my other videos. Got a lot of, over 1,000 videos up there, and I've got playlists, so you can just plug into a playlist and just start watching if you would like. And I always appreciate comments and thumbs up or even thumbs down if these help you out at all, because it helps promote the channel. And it's a lot of competition out there, and all those things help to promote the channel with YouTube and their algorithms is what I keep reading. Anyway, this is part of a new, I believe this is Gordo, the Suites at Gordo, and I think it's the same owner that has these two Cityscape condominiums in town, one in Cebu City near Mango Square and one over in on the Mandawi Cebu City line on Cabahog Street over there. I believe it's the same owner developer, not absolutely positive, but anyway, let me predict, with inflation all over the world and people are having a difficult time, if your wages aren't keeping up, your pension isn't keeping up, I predict that, and migration around the world is increasing rapidly because of
The Suites at Gerardo.
because of inflation, because of different conflicts going on around the world and hunger around the world. And my prediction is those, especially those in retirement age, who have money in the bank, even if you're not in retirement age, they will be moving to other countries, retiring, doing their business, if they can run their business off the internet, and live in another country. Now, inflation here in the Philippines has gone up as well. I just came back from S&R, as I was saying, and many of the items, some items are out of stock that I was looking for. And I purchased because I believe prices are going to continue to go up. I believe that that items are going to be out of stock, more items. So I stocked up. For instance, I bought a couple big containers, jugs of organic extra virgin olive oil. And I use olive oil, I use avocado oil, as well as 100% virgin coconut oil to cook with. Number of other things I stock up with, some canned goods and that type of thing. Just because I've seen over the last few years prices, inflation going up, especially for foreign goods coming in here, canned goods. And I guess they assume if the foreigner wants their favorite things, they're willing to pay for it, up to a point, I will say, up to a point. Anyway, this is a street off the main street, goes down to, it's a Catholic hospital, Secor Hospital. And this is one of the roads in. There's another wider road down on another street. I'll walk by a little bit later. But no, I know there's a couple pharmacies down here, and I just wanted to pick up a couple over-the-counter type things down here. And all three of them, they're very small. Very small. There's an apartment building. Had to sign out, place for rent. And that's how you find the cheaper places. You ask the Filipinos, you walk down the streets, look for signs, ask around. But they did not have one or two of the items I was looking for. And that's those banners hanging out is a big way they advertise here instead of doing it online. Although you will find, mostly you'll find things online to be quoted higher prices than the ones. I had a guy ask me today, can I live on $800 a month there? And my answer was, well, you can until you can't. I've watched my budgets pretty closely, and there are many months I've run between $800, $900, $1,000 a month. But at some point in time, you're going to have an emergency. You're going to have a medical bill, a dental bill. There are many needs here if you get involved with a partner, a family. It's very difficult not to spend a little money, and that can add up very quickly. In fact, one of the things you should learn when you first come here, or Thailand, or anywhere, is learn to say no. Learn to live within your budget, because it's very easy to start. Once you start giving, you know, your $20, $50, $100 might not seem a lot to you. But once you give somebody a certain amount, let's say $100, I know many foreigners send somebody over here $100 a month, 5,000 pesos, or a lot more. And once you do that, once you say, hey, this has cost me too much, or you start questioning how it's being spent, trying to cut back, that's difficult to do. Well, it creates a problem in the relationship for sure. So start off smaller if you're gonna give money out and help people out. I know a number of expats who are paying to send Filipinos to college and all that sort of thing. So, you know, that all adds up. And I just helped him send some money. One guy, rent and college and medical payments. Also 20,000, about 400 US. And I'll do another cost of living video soon, I think, as well as more real estate related videos. And anyway, I just came off of Gerardo Avenue. This is a road a lot of the taxi drivers go if they're going more into the uptown area of Cebu City, Mango Square area. And I walked this area on a number of occasions. There's a burger joint down here that when Burger King seemed to be one of the more strict places during the lockdowns, the travel restrictions. So what happens? You find different sources for things you want, and I found several other burger places that no, they're my favorite. I haven't been back to a Burger King in probably a year. Because yeah, just like shopping in the malls, people have learned to shop online. They weren't allowed into the malls for over a year, so people changed the way they shop. I think SM Mall here in Cebu City even has a lot of signs up. Shop locally, because they understand so many of their former customers are shopping online. And here's another hotel, Richmond Hotel. I had a friend stay there for a while. I have not seen the rooms in there though. Now a little bit about travel and visas. We've got a new president coming in, was voted in here recently, Marcos. And I've had different comments, people saying, I've heard they're going to change the visa system. I've heard the next president isn't going to be as friendly to foreigners, except this and this. And so I haven't heard or read any of those things. As far as I know, the visa system is going to stay the same, although nothing is guaranteed. It can change. Wouldn't surprise me that many countries will make it a little more expensive, the visas, because they've lost millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in income over the last 2 years, with tourism going from 10 million down to maybe a million, and that would be domestic tourism, probably what little there was. So then we'll be looking at ways to make more money. Those costs may go up. That was another road into Perpetual Succor Hospital, I believe it's called. I've been told by many people, I haven't checked myself, but I will do that in the near future. Airline prices have gone way up. Depends on when you're flying, where you're flying. But a lot of the airlines still, you can't just throw a switch one day and expect. The airlines have laid off. They've early retired pilots and crew, and the maintenance people and stewardesses. You can't just throw a switch and have everything be back in place the next day and all your routes up and running again. You need the demand of passengers. You need the planes to get flight ready, even though they've had some maintenance sitting in various places. Tens of thousands of planes just sitting for a year and a half, whatever it was. And so they need to get those planes up and running. And the cost of fuel is going up, so the cost of most airline tickets will probably go up and stay up for considerably long time, I would guess. As far as I think, the Philippines, in my opinion, is a very welcoming, tolerant people, Filipinos, and they want to grow their tourism sector. So I don't think there will be any less attempt at bringing in the people who will come here and spend money and get the economy back going again. One thing is kind of troubling here. I've heard somebody in authority say here, and in Thailand as well. I read some of their news. One of the health ministers over there saying, even after this emergency is over, we think we want everybody, including foreigners, to wear masks for many months to come. And why? The question is why? Here's the burger joint. They've got one here, one in IT Park, probably another one or two. If you are interested, here's another apartment unit, and this is how they get advertised, a lot of them. So, walking around a neighborhood you might be interested in. If you are interested, I listened to a very interesting discussion the other day about masks, and it's on the YouTube channel called Ivor Cummins, Ivor and then Cummins, Cummins. He also has a site. Many people that were censored have been continue to be censored. Many top doctors talking about they don't follow the government narrative have moved over to Odyssey or Rumble. Odyssey, Odyssee is another site, and I think tens of thousands of people have gone over to other sites because of the censorship going on in so much of the mainstream media and social media these days. But at the present time, traveling, for the most part, most people need to be vaccinated in order to enter the Philippines. Now, the Governor Garcia was just reelected here in Cebu. She came out a number of months ago and said, we will allow unvaccinated people to come directly into Cebu province as well. And the Department of Health disagreed with that. And I've never been able to find out anything else. If people are actually able to fly directly here. Or not. I just haven't. I've searched for additional information, so I don't know if they're allowing that or not. KFC there, and you'll find lots of the Western style and Korean style fast food places here. A lot of Koreans. Koreans, I think, are the number one tourist people that come here. Anyway, lots of spaces for rent. That is Horizon 101. Very tall condominium, I think 55 stories, something like that, 2 towers. And right next to Mango Square, which used to be an entertainment area, but now it's mostly a fast food type area. They're going to be building a couple more condominiums in that area in the coming year or two. The bars are a bit spread out now, like El Gecko, the new name, the old Howling Dog moved into what used to be the El Gecko. And I've done just not very long ago, I did some about Mango Square and the entertainment in those areas. A number of bars, not on Mango Square, but up the various streets. And just to my right is a big popular Catholic church, and that building straight ahead, the taller building, that is St. Mark's Hotel. I've stayed there a number of times, and they've got some real unique rooms there, even like penthouse and various things. So anyway, you can check out my video, St. Mark's Hotel. And there again, I will plug my channel again. I've got over 1,000 videos up. Travel, cost of living, real estate, condominium, hotel reviews. I will say that in this last year, as the economy slowly started opening back up, you see many more homeless people living on the street. You know, they got a cardboard, they might have a piece of cardboard they sleep on. And more people on the street asking for money, asking for food, whatever. Now, another point about traveling. I can pretty freely travel within Cebu province to the various islands in Cebu province, around Cebu Island. If I want to travel to Bohol, each province, island, LGU, local government unit can set their own rules and regulations. So we've had very low cases here in Cebu for a couple months, and I've read that I think they've got a few more cases over on Negros, and I read an article the other day said Negros Occidental or Oriental would not close their border. So that's an option. Those things can still happen. You don't know. So as you travel around, you just need to try to be aware, and it's difficult to find that information if you're traveling. Are you going to be allowed? Are the rules going to change by the time you get there? If you get on a ferry or a plane. will the rules change, and where there weren't restrictions, now you need to take a test and maybe even quarantine for a time. Don't know until you know. A little bit of a little shopping area here. A Korean and Filipino restaurant. Mother's Restaurant. They've got a chain of those. Good chicken there. It's been been my experience. And walking, you it's the only way you're going to see some of these places. A lot of these sidewalks are obstacle courses. That's why you see a lot of people walking in the street. Street sometimes isn't that much better, but at least it's a little bit more level usually. Anyway, got a place here, Salt Restaurant. I think they just opened up. This is let's see, something Rosario Hotel. I've done a video in there. And there's a place up here. There's a girls' dormitory right just ahead here. And I tried to get in there, do a video, and they wouldn't allow me in there. You know, I think that's discrimination, not allowing me into the women's dormitory. Ladies' dormitory. I am seeing more foreigners in town, more foreigners with Filipina partners, girlfriends, whatever. Getting a phone call here. A friend wants me to go to dinner with him, I think. I just ate at the burger joint. Had a good burger at the burger joint, so I wasn't gonna, and he was home, but I did. I was about 30 minutes away. He lives in the same area that I do, so I stopped by for a little chat, a little conversation when I got back anyway. And over to the left of me, about a block or so, 2 blocks, is the Mango Avenue, Mango Square area. Straight ahead of me is the Baseline Residences, Baseline condominiums, and there is right across the street from them is in fact they're building. They've got an old tower, and they're building I think 2 other towers. And Baseline Residences, I've done videos there as well. And they've got a Robinson's grocery store on the bottom level, first level, I believe. And they've got a new hotel, Catandinas. I probably didn't pronounce that properly. Catandines, something like that. And a number of hotels. Go down here to the corner and take a right, and a number of hotels down that way. A couple bars, more Filipino type bars, I believe. And this street, straight ahead, take a right, and somebody asked me the other day, where's the red light district? Well, there tends to be girls standing on the street wondering if you need a massage. Even during the lockdowns, they've got to work and make money, I guess. And that is straight ahead is Baseline. Here's a little place. Dito is the third. They're a newcomer into the cellular market here, and it's a Chinese-related company, and I've got it on my tablet, and seems to work okay. Anyway, across the street over there is a Filipino type restaurant all lit up. Busog. Buos? B-O-O. So you pronounce each vowel separately. And these restaurants are on the back side of Mango Square area, and La Lucha, at least once a month, every 3 weeks or so, I order a burrito down there. And not the same as what I would get in Arizona or Texas probably, but it's one of the better ones I've found. There aren't many places that make you burritos here in town, but that is a place. And then I'm walking up the street towards Mango Square, Mango Avenue. Mango Avenue, the official name is General Maxilome Avenue, and this place, they make a really good Thin crust. It is thin crust. If you don't like thin crust, then you wouldn't like it. But they used to have several in town. Now I think they just have this one left. They closed the other ones in the last 2 years, like so many businesses got closed up. National Bookstore up here. Take a left, and that is pretty much Mango Square. And it's I've done other videos there about the bars, what they used to be, and what it is now. Also, the corners up here, you'll later at night too, you'll get. Used to be a big crowd. They do have a disco that opened up recently. A younger crowd hangs out here some nights down the street to the left a little bit. Go that way, you hit Fuente Osmeña Circle, big traffic circle. Got 2 Robinson's Malls there. Got a number of fast food places over here. And this street will take me down to Ramos Street, and I'm walking down to visit my friend who lives down here. Condominium down here. And 301 Bar down on Ramos Street. They've got a pretty nice menu. Got cold beer. They've got various sports on their big screen televisions going any given time. Basketball, NFL, rugby, Australian rules, football, UFC often comes. The martial arts often comes here. It'll be here. Depends on where it is, but it'll be here on Sunday morning. Oftentimes about 10 o'clock, but sometimes much earlier than that. Depends on what part of the world they're operating from. So it's sometimes I get up early Sunday and check out the UFC fights. As far as my future plans, what I thought was urgent last year, I wanted to go back to the U.S. and take care of some things and see my family and friends again. Everything's on hold. There's no more urgency. I will just sit here or go to Thailand, Vietnam, wherever. Just kill time, enjoy myself, enjoy life as much as I can until travel opens up around the world, basically. So there are no more hassles to deal with. And I'll continue putting out content. I really appreciate all those you loyal people and even those who just occasionally check out my channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll get you more news as I find it about traveling. See ya next time.